Lauren, the judge has decided that he didn't want to keep her in the jail for contempt, and she calls us and tells us to come get her. So here's her side of what happened just now. So what happened, Lauren?
So they took me back in the holding cell and stayed back there for I don't know how long, maybe an hour, and then they came back and got me. The deputies got me, took me back out in the court. The judge said that he put me back there so that we wouldn't drag it on in front of everybody else or something along those lines, and he couldn't have me dragging it along, so he put me back there and then brought me back out at the end when no one else was in the courtroom. And I asked for his delegation of authority, his sworn oath of office, and proof of jurisdiction, and he told me he did not have to provide proof of jurisdiction. He told me to shut up. He pointed his finger at me and hollered at me to shut up. I told him that according to the law, he does need to prove his jurisdiction, and he told me he did not, and that was the end of that. And he told them to take me back to jail. They took me back, put me in the holding cell, and then maybe a minute later, the deputies came and they wanted me to sign a piece of paper for a new court date for, it said July or June or July 8th or no 6th, and I refused to sign. I said that I wasn't contracting with them, and they said, okay, that's fine. They put me back in the holding cell, and a little bit after that, they called me back out, and he said, this time, he said, you don't have to say anything, but basically, he told the bailiff, he said, put the paper in front of her and give her a pen and have her sign it. And I just said, no, I'm not signing it. And he said, okay, well, I'm telling you that you have to be here on May the 8th at 9 a.m. And if you don't, I'm going to put a warrant out for you. And I told him that I did not consent to the proceedings. And I told him that, well, actually, the McGillicuddy lady, she stood up and she said, that or that they received my third notice for elements of discovery and that they were not providing them because they don't have to. And that was the end of that. And he told me, basically, get out.
With a verbal court date.
They had a piece of paper in front of me, but I did not receive it. I mean, they tried to give it to me, but I refused.
But so now so what they're going on is it's a notification of a court, a continuance of court with verbal notice.
It's a calendar call.
A verbal notice is all you're receiving, with you following it up with you don't consent to the proceedings.
Right.
I don't see how they could but this is going to be interesting because I'd like to hear what everybody's going to say about this, according to how this has been dealt with. But you never signed anything.
No.
And you never consented to any of it.
He said he didn't have to prove his jurisdiction. And it's so funny, when I was in there, I was praying. I said, God, vindicate me. And I said, let the criminal actions of these people be seen, by everyone. And I said, strike them down right now. In their footsteps, strike them down. And the lights went off.
Holy cow, you're kidding.
I'm dead serious.
What do you mean the lights went off?
All the lights went off in the whole courtroom. In the whole place, the lights went off for like 30 seconds.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I'm going to end that video right there. That's the power of God, it seems like. That and a little bit of knowledge. Good job, Lauren.